Well, it's time for duty in Djibouti. It's time for duty in Djibouti. It's time for duty in Djibouti. Doop, 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 duty in Djibouti.
Welcome to this week's edition of Duty in Djibouti. I'm Staff Sergeant Ashley Sidedith with Combined Joint Task Force, Horn of Africa Public Affairs. Up first at Camp Singo, Uganda. The U.S. military is training the Uganda People's Defense Force to prepare them for combat deployments to Somalia. The Uganda People's Defense Force, or UPDF, supplies the majority of soldiers to the African Union mission in Somalia, or AMISOM, which is combating al-Shabaab, an al-Qaeda-linked group operating in East Africa. Here at Camp Singo, U.S. Marines train the UPDF to equip them with the skills and confidence necessary for combat deployments to Somalia. Today, UPDF soldiers here are exchanging practices with U.S. Marines on combat medical skills, which are essential to saving lives in the field. U.S. Marine Corps Major Mark Haley says the U.S. Marines play an instrumental role in preparing the UPDF for combat.
Having the Marines here, sharing our skill sets, our experiences in other parts of the world that we've obviously had in the last 10 years, we come and give that to the Ugandans, which have their own problem with a counterinsurgency that's going on in Somalia.
The Chief of Defense Forces in Uganda says the training at Camp Singo greatly helps prepare the UPDF for the challenges they may face in Somalia.
We thank our instructors there, our partners there, that they have enabled us to get those capabilities to stand up to the challenge very, very successfully.
Reporting from Singo, Uganda, I'm U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Ashley Sidedith. Coming up next, we'll show you what else is happening around the Horn of Africa. Staff Sergeant Andrew Kaya has more.
Far from Camp Lemonnier, Djibouti, U.S. service members assigned to austere conditions in forward operating areas around Africa have regular access to communications. This is due to the tactical networking team of the Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa Communications Directorate. Within 30 minutes, technicians can set up secure phone and internet access for deployed forces at any forward operating location around the world. Service members across the globe rely on these routers to meet their daily mission requirements. Reporting from Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa, I'm Staff Sergeant Andrew Kaya.
That's it for this week's edition of Duty in Djibouti. We'll see you next week. For Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa Public Affairs, I'm Staff Sergeant Ashley Sidedith.
Doop, doop, doop,